Okay, YouTubers, basically I've just stripped down my controller. It's an Elite one, just only probably just under a year old, maybe just over a year. Can't find the receipt for it, but I've also now affected the warranty now, because basically the first screw you need to find is in here, the back where the hole is there, where the writing is, where it says wireless controller for Xbox One. The first screw is in there. The minute you access that screw, you've used up all your warranty, so you'll not be able to claim it on your controller, even if it is under a year old. So I've basically screwed that up if it is under a year old, but it wouldn't make any difference anyway, to be honest with you. But it is annoying at the fact that you buy these controllers, and the fact is they're about what 60 to about £100 just now for a controller, an Elite. Okay, I mean, and it doesn't, when you've had it for like maybe just under a year or just over a year, doesn't make any difference. And you've got your modulars here that basically control your characters, which most folk I reckon would have problems with. Have you ever played a game where it's basically the gun's taking control of itself, or the character's taking control of itself and seems to be just doing what it wants to do? Well, that's because of your cheap modulars that are made from Japan or wherever they've came from. Probably the lowest bidder that's actually built these and put them in, but Microsoft decided to go for the cheap option from what I've seen other YouTube videos. From what I'm doing now for my own experiment purposes, it took me 5 minutes to get into the controller. There's 5 screws to remove. Remember to check your warranty first, because you'll avoid your warranty the minute you burst the hole up here. But apart from that, once you open it and you look at the controller, looking on it in one part, there's nothing really to them. It's quite a complicated piece of kit, but there's none to them. But most people will have the problem with the modulars, which is these things here. They are near, these control your character and your gameplay, right? Sorry for the fingers in front. Took me 5 minutes to get into the controller, but from what, see there you go, there's one sticking already. Push it back. From what I've gathered though, that basically I'm going to try this, because what else can I do now I have opened it, apart from have a nice skin on another, probably another controller. I could probably use this on another controller if I wanted to brush up one of my old ones, if it got to the worst scenario that this controller became unusable. Because technically it is unusable when you can't control your character and you can't control the aspects of the game without the game taking control all the time. And anything, when you're trying to select anything, try to controlling, try to choose a movie, try to flick through what's for sale, and the controller just going up and doing rapidly left and right and all sorts of crazy things, all because of these bloody modulars. It's like it's sticking. So what I'm going to make an attempt at is removing this here, this wee bit of plastic here on the left hand side. Supposedly that makes the job a hell of a lot easier. Once I've actually done that, I'll see how it goes, but if it does work, it works. If it doesn't, well, it looks like I need to go and buy a new controller. But hey ho, didn't lose the temper with it. You can actually use the parts off this still, and I could use the skins, the body shape, they probably put on one of the older controllers, so it still brings it up to new, but I'll maybe not have, I've got one of the older controllers, so I'll not have the 3.5 jack on it on the end of it, but the only one I'll have that built in, it's built in here, as you can see. It's built into the controller here, so unless I was going to start ripping all that out, that would be a complicated process. Not saying it's not impossible, but it can be done. So here's my attempt to go and try and do it. Well, just a quick update there now. A matter of 2 seconds after pausing the video for a split second. As you can see, I've almost got off. There it is there. It's actually literally fallen off the wee grey bit. Once I remove that, supposedly I can put the controller back together, because this is the modular that's giving me the problems right now, with my character just constantly going all over the place in Star Wars. It's really doing my head in, so I'll try and remove this. If this doesn't solve the issue, well, it looks like I need to get a new controller. Once removed, you basically put the caps back on again, the controlling sticks. So far, there you go. Look at that, staying on. I've not got very high hopes for this controller working any better, but I'll wait and see. Look at that, superb, eh? Just seems to stay in that position now. But if not, it was doing any better. Actually, that's a bit better. Seems to be resetting itself there. Oh, sorry, need to pull it a wee bit there. This one seems to be working, it goes back to the centre. But this one, look at that, wasn't that just lovely, eh? Clearly this is a modular on this side, I think it is totally goosed. But it's not a waste of a controller, don't be smart about it, you can always use parts off it. Another point to note is, if you ever want to really design your own controller, it's not exactly hard. You can buy bits like this on eBay, I mean bits like this here. You can literally change a whole lot of your controller, so look at it as a skin. It would cost you a fortune for a new skin, Where at the end of the day, you can take the parts off here or buy parts on eBay that are dirt cheap, and that's how easy it is to change it. Now place the backing on top of it as well just now, and that's what it looks like, the backing on top. Just literally 2 seconds to put that on. As you can see, back off again and back on, and I just basically add an underneath plate, basically putting the 2 side panels on, and that's you. And then hopefully we'll solve the issue with the controller. If not, it looks like I'll need to go to the shop and buy a new controller. Just another quick note, just to go shows, Microsoft have obviously currently invented everything. See in there, I don't think you see that very clearly. See the screws here, it's got a wee dot in the middle. Basically, unless you get one of these specialist screwdrivers as well, it can be hard using a flat end screwdriver, or unless you've got the Pacific one that can actually take that wee tiny wee hole in the centre. Now, usually Microsoft have obviously done that because I've thought about absolutely everything and totally making sure that the individual screws up their controller and putting it back in or taking it back out. They're not making your job easy when it comes to stripping parts out or putting parts in, and that's why they do all these bloody crazy things. But the controller's almost back together in less than 5 minutes. I took it at parts less than 2 minutes and put it back together in less than 2 minutes, so probably 5 minutes in total. I've took the wee plastic bit off as well, but I've noticed why I'm trouble with the screws is because of these wee nuts here. Clearly done purposely for these circumstances. And as for the modular, there's that wee grey plastic bit I've actually removed from it inside it. Now they reckon this solves quite a lot of problems, but we'll soon find out in a minute. Another wee point to note, clearly got this plastic back on. A slight wee bit of difficulty, but there you go, it's back on again, nice and smooth. Sorry for the blurriness, just to pull back a wee bit. One moment, there we go. That's it back on, nice and smooth. All 5 screws in. Also this side, but a point to note, another wee sneaky wee thing that they're doing, just make sure you line up these wee locking lugs and things like that correctly, because they break pretty easy. I broke one so far, but it wasn't pretty serious. It was this one here at the end, basically bent in. So just be careful when you're putting the thing back in. Surely this is another design. This is what they want you to do. And there we have it. Your controller's back together again. What I have noticed though, look at that. It just seems to be bouncing back to the way it was again. So maybe just a safety feature. I don't know what was going on with it. The modular, but it seems to be working again. But the real test will be in the gameplay. And there's a wee plastic bit still with it, as I said. Many YouTube videos on showing you how to do this. This is a newer controller too, because it's got the 3.5 jack. So clearly, sorry if I zoom a bit close there. So far it's nice and hard backing again. But you'll not get this controller apart without removing that centre screw, and it'll affect the warranty if it's still in warranty. So you just need to watch out with that one. And you've got an R4 screws to take off after that. Okay, so now the real test is trying it on again. Well, last but not least, great news people. Here's my screen. As you can see where the white is, go left and right with the red controller. As you can see, right, 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 left, 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 right, 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 scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, go up, go up, go up. This was the problem having with the modular on the left hand side, and it was basically just zooming straight up and zooming straight down. I couldn't go left, sorry, let's try that one again. Go left, right, 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 left, left, down, down, down. You know what I mean? The problem was with that control, it was zooming straight up, zooming straight down, zooming straight to the left and zooming straight to the right. So clearly this has fixed the issue in my case. Whether it fix it in your solution, I don't know. But right away, clearly a big difference with this controller, removing that wee grey plastic bit. It actually has helped. Hopefully this will help other people out there. Thank you for watching my YouTube, and hopefully enjoy the rest.